What up, peeps? This your boy Glass with Get With It Sports, place where you get your sports knowledge with a little swag. Was tired of giving you vids in the car, so I figured I'd come out here in the open, get some fresh air. This might have been a bad idea, because it's cold, number one. Number two, I got people letting their dogs off the leashes. They run around here everywhere. And number three, I got ducks flying overhead. I'm all about preserving wildlife. But let one of these bad fellas drop something on me, it's gonna be one. But anyway, coming to you to give you me and Brandon's week 5 picks of the NFL season. As you can tell, I'm going solo today because Brandon got to go take care of some union business with the job, so respect that very much. He gave me his picks. And before I even get into the picks, I want to give shouts out to Ezra Ice Cream of Idiot Sports Talk and Dave of Wake Up It's Football. If you don't know, last Friday, a week from today, our Get With It Sports site crashed. We turned around, threw up a new one, Get With It Sports 2. And we lost, I don't know, over 100 subs. And Ezra and Dave trying to help out, giving shouts out in the video. All the people who subbed us, try to give them the sub to Get With It Sports 2. Really appreciate that. Much love. You know, of course, we always got to stick with each other. Appreciate that. So, shouts out to you two, Ezra and Dave. But let me give you a recap of week 2, the results. In week 2, I went 11-4. Brandon went 12-3. That means he was game up. I was already game up with him. Now he tied it. So overall, for the season, we both tied at 40-23. We're gonna have to change that. I don't like that. So let's get with it with the picks. It's Friday, which means that the Thursday night game already was played. Hate to say it, but me and Brandon both picked Arizona Cardinals to win that game. I consider that a trap game. They was on a roll. They're going to St. Louis Rams, and not knocking the St. Louis Rams. They're gonna have potential. They're gonna be good in a couple of years, but they ran into a buzzsaw when they went to St. Louis, and Cobb got tackled 9 times. And I think, from what I understand, they were saying that for the season he got 17 sacks. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, he got 17 sacks. Wow, you going into Jay Cutler status right about now. So, like I said, we both picked the Arizona Cardinals, and congrats to the St. Louis Rams for winning that game. And that was an NFC West division game, so that was real important. So, congrats. But just like I said, that was a trap game. I told my boys on Twitter, there's another trap game coming come Sunday, so you'll find out soon which game that is for me. We got the 3-1 Philadelphia Eagles going to Heinz Field to play the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's 1-2. Philadelphia squeaked out a win when they played the Giants. That was a good game. Mike Vick look pretty good, but do they have enough to go back to back? Because Pittsburgh ain't no joke. They came from a bye week. They're playing at home. Everybody should be coming back from injury. Palomalu and James Harrison, they should be coming back. So that's gonna be a nice little scrappy game right there. Both me and Brandon picked the Pittsburgh Steelers. Next up, we got the 4-0 Atlanta Falcons, undefeated, going to Washington Redskins, which they're 2-2, so they're gonna play them in Washington. Remember when I just got through telling you about that trap game that happened Thursday night? It's gonna be another trap game here. Not knocking Atlanta Falcons. They always play well in the regular season. They look good so far with the 4 games that they played. They had a little problem with the Carolina Panthers last week, but they squeaked it out. Now you're going into Washington Redskins with a nice little run game with what's his name? Alfred Morris. I think he's gonna have a big game. So just to let you know, both me and Brandon picked the Washington Redskins to win that game. That's gonna be the first loss, and probably the way if they play their cards right, the only loss for the Atlanta Falcons. But you're gonna lose this Sunday to the Washington Redskins. We got the 3-1 Baltimore Ravens going to the Kansas City Chiefs. That's 1-3. In the preseason, I believe me and Brandon both picked the Chiefs to be the sleeper team, the up-and-coming team. Let's see how far that goes. They're 1-3. They don't look like they're playing up to par. Matt Castle, he ain't the one. You know, he looked good when he was in New England, but New England got their own little game plan that works for every quarterback. He got his money, went to KC, and ain't done nothing since he's been there. Baltimore, this is the first time in a long time I can actually say that the offense is playing well with the defense. They're playing on the same level. And remember what I told y'all about Joe Flacco. I told y'all he's going to be a top 5 quarterback this season. And I know some of y'all laughed at me. Even Brandon laughed at me, but look at the stats, man. He going to do it. With that being said, Baltimore Ravens will go in there and easily win against the Kansas City Chiefs. And that's what Brandon picked. Kansas City. Oh, I'm sorry. Brandon picked the Baltimore Ravens also. Next up is the 1-3 Miami Dolphins going to Cincinnati to play the Bengals. It's 3-1. I really ain't got too much to say, nothing bad to say about the Miami Dolphins. They shocked me. I thought they was going to have a horrible season. As you can see on Hard Knocks, when they got rid of Chad Ochocinco, I didn't think they going to have anybody to throw to. But Ryan Tannehill, he's playing good. And last week, Brian Hartline was my offensive player of the week. He almost single-handedly beat the Arizona Cardinals. Reggie Bush, he's playing good, but I don't know how his knee is. He's still on that little injury. But Cincinnati Bengals, that might be the team that nobody wants to play in the playoffs. You know, last year they gave the Baltimore Ravens a run for their money in the playoffs. This year they look like they're playing better. AD to AJ, that combo right there, looking good. Dalton and Green. Other players on the team, the other wide receivers on the team playing well. So they're going to be a team to reckon with. They're playing at home, so this is going to be an easy pick for me. Both me and Brandon picked Cincinnati Bengals to beat the Miami Dolphins. Man, it's about to rain right now, so let me hurry up and get through this real quick. We got the winless Cleveland Browns, 0-4, going to MetLife Stadium. They play the New York Giants. That's 2-2. Ain't too much to say about the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, Brandon Wheaton had a good game last week. Almost squeaked it out against the Ravens, but it is what it is. New York Giants had a hard loss against the Philadelphia Eagles. It's time for them. They're going to bounce back with this game. Secondary kind of shaky with all the injuries that they have, but we're talking about the Cleveland Browns and Brandon Wheaton. He had a good game last week, but some tell me that was last week. Easily, me and Brandon got the New York Giants over the Cleveland Browns. Next up, Green Bay Packers is 2-2 going to Indianapolis to play the Colts. That's 1-2. Colts coming off a bye week. Don't matter too much. Andrew Luck, he doing the best he can. They in the rebuilding stage. Green Bay Packers. You got a big mismatch right here. You got the Aaron Rodgers with his offense. Defense playing pretty good. Clay Matthews. Easily. Me and Brandon got the Green Bay Packers over the Indianapolis Colts. We got our hometown Chicago Bears. It's 3-1. Going to Jacksonville to play the Jaguars. Y'all seen what the Bears defense last week putting in work against the Cowboys. Hopefully they don't ease up on that. They go in just as hard to Jacksonville, even though they're one-dimensional with Maurice Jones-Drew. They need to put a lock on that so Blaine Gabbert can throw the ball, and that's where we're going to get them. Easily win. It should be an easy win. So me and Brandon both picked Chicago Bears over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Next, we got the Seattle Seahawks. It's 2-2. Going to Carolina to play the Panthers. That's 1-3. Brandon picked the Seahawks. Good, hellified defense. Good defense. Russell Wilson looked like he's coming into him, showing people that he's a good quarterback. That would be easy pick. That's Brandon's pick. That's not my pick. I'm going with the Carolina Panthers. They're playing at home. They look good going against the Falcons. Cam Newton, if he didn't drop that ball, would have been one. But like I said, they look good. Defense kind of suspect, of course. Running game up to par. But I think they're going to give Seattle. If they would have been playing in Seattle, the 12th man, I would have gave it to Seattle. But now I'm giving it to the Carolina Panthers. So Brandon picked the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going to pick the Carolina Panthers. Battle of the 2-2s. Got my beloved Denver Broncos going into Gillette Stadium to play the New England Patriots. Put it to you like this. That's Brandon's second team, the New England Patriots. And I love me some Denver Broncos. I'm not even going to say no more. I'm going to pick my Denver Broncos to go in there to beat the New England Patriots. And of course, he picked the Patriots. So we love to see how that outcome going to be. So there you go. Next up, we got the 1-3 Tennessee Titans going to Minnesota to play the Vikings. That's 3-1. I think the Vikings shocked everybody this year. With Adrian Peterson going down last year with the ACL tear, looking good this year. You got Christian Ponder doing his thing. They looking good. They on the roll, and I don't think it's gonna stop now. Yeah, Chris Johnson had a good game last week, but let's see if he could keep that consistent. I don't think so. I think he'll be missing in action again. He's gonna be on the back of somebody's milk carton. So both Brandon and I got the Minnesota Vikings beating the Tennessee Titans. Next up, Buffalo Bills. That's 2-2. Going out west to San Francisco to play the 49ers. 49ers look like they back on their game again after that loss they had against the Minnesota. That loss to Minnesota. They put a whooping on the Jets last week, not saying much. I know I'm knocking on some Jets fans, but come on. Me and Brandon both got the 49ers over the Bills. Thanks for joining me. It's about to rain. It's getting cold. I'm about to go in and get some warmth. This is your boy Glass for Get With It Sports. Place where you get your sports knowledge with a little swag. And as always, be good, be safe, get with it. Peace.